Hi, welcome to Hardy Classics, and today we're going to take out this lovely Ford Cortina Estate for a test drive. And we're off. Yeah, we're off in the 1964 Kangaroo by the looks of things. Oh, it's just got its called 1964 Cortina Estate.
Is this a 4-speed?
It's a 4-speed, yeah, it's a 4-speed. But it's a bit cold, hence the choke. It's just been sat about a bit, so we'll have to give her a bit of patience. We're away there now. A lot of these cars, the old cars, when they sit about, it kills them. I just want to show you quickly. Have a look at these indicators. Is that the clearest indicator stroke you've ever seen in your life? Sort of space age, really, isn't it? There we went. Yeah, spluttering away. I'm sure she'll get warm through and drive nice. But yeah, 1964 Ford Cortina Estate. 16,000 genuine miles on, and possibly the lowest mileage Cortina Estate in the UK at the minute. I would definitely say it's one of the best condition Cortina Estates. In the back, it's hardly ever been used in the back. It's unbelievable. It's a museum piece, really, this car. Absolute museum piece. Right, we're getting warmed up a bit now, so we're going to head up to the petrol station and fill it up with a bit of petrol, because again, when the cars stand for a bit, the petrol evaporates in them, and I don't like to keep too much petrol in them, to be fair.
You sound like a typical car dealer there.
But the car itself, absolutely, look at the condition of this car inside. Everything from the period radio to the dash, still can't get the hang of these indicators. Unbelievable, really. It'll be getting some looks today, this car, you believe me. Yeah, like I say, a lot of people don't have the patience to think they just put the foot down in these modern day automatic BMWs and Audis. So they haven't got time for a car that'll do 50 miles an hour. A lot of them like to go to shows and look at these cars, but the same type of guys, they wouldn't be able to drive a one. So getting back to the dash and the layout in here, Patrick, it's pretty space age, really, isn't it, when you look at it?
Oh, fantastic.
No, it is. It's like straight out the 60s and 70s, isn't it? And then look at the size of the steering wheel. It's huge. And that plastic dash there. Very hard deco-ish, isn't it? Yeah, we're getting along there nicely. She's getting warmed up a bit there now. Temperature gauge is just starting to rise. Yeah, and these indicators, I don't even know which way to turn them. I always put them the wrong way. This one's got the 1200cc engine in, which, to be fair, for a car like this, is a little bit underpowered. Same engine, I think that was in the little Ford Anglias. Great engine, fantastic engine, but on a big car like this, probably a little bit underpowered. But if you buy this car, you're not really buying it for the power, you're buying it for the condition. You know, you're buying it because it's a 1964 car with 16,000 miles on, and like I say, take it to the shows, it's probably the best one you're going to ever see. Like I say, I keep harping about the condition inside about this car, but it's honestly, it's stunning. Anybody wants a Ford Cortina Estate, or a Ford Cortina, whatever, in, you know, with 16,000 miles, you will never ever see one as good as this. Never. The only problem with it is people slow down to look and you can't get out the junctions. Have you any idea what side the petrol cap's on this? Oh, well, that's a good start. We'll be if you run out of petrol here. And we're off. Right, it's just filled up there with petrol. Obviously you use E5. It's a bit more expensive, but it doesn't do the damage to these classic cars that the E10 does. E10's very destructive, especially to rubber components. We've had a couple of cars where we've bought in off vehicle and they must have put E10 in, they've stood for a month or two, and the plastic fuel lines, the rubber parts on the car just disintegrated. So there you go. Right, we're off. I noticed this car, it's been fitted down here with a couple of gauges, an oil pressure and an amp meter. Now I don't know if these are aftermarket features or it's a genuine Ford thing. It looks like a period aftermarket thing, but I'm not sure. I know I keep going on again about the interior of this car, but it's absolutely stunning. I've never been in a car with as good of an interior, a classic car, like original. The seats are some sort of vinyl, but they look like velour. Absolutely amazing condition. I mean, the car's what, 1964, so that's, I made a fool of myself here, 59 years old, somewhere like that, nearly 60 years old. It's amazing, really. You have to get the hang of them indicators, battery. You know, you can imagine 60 years ago, this would have been family transport. Dad would have went to work in it every day, and then on the weekend he would have packed the kids in the back. There'd have probably been 3 kids, probably one from next door, a few bits and bobs in the back, picnic and all that rubbish, and they'd have been away for the day. And this would have been quite an expensive car in its day. Would have been in a state. I'm sure it's a deluxe as well. Just getting up the temperature there, you can see on the gauge there, it's starting to get up there. I don't expect to beat any world records driving this thing, but we will keep up with modern traffic in town. I wouldn't like to think what it'd be like on a motorway. Well, I can't see why you'd want to drive one on a motorway, to be fair.
You know that motorway, similar?
Not the estate car. We always thought the estate cars were for undertakers. That's just my dad. No, we had a van. We had a couple of vans. Remember, we had a transit van and a little Ford Escort van. We did have an estate car. We had a mini Traveller, which we bought off 2 hippies. And on the door, we had Donald Duck on one side, Mickey Mouse on the other. And we painted it, so yeah, we did have an estate car. Again, what you tend with these cars is we get impatient drivers like this guy coming past now. He's Audi. Obviously, Audi's replaced BMW for the best drivers in the world.
How fast are you going now?
40 miles an hour. I mean, it'll do a lot more than 40. I'm just taking it easy. That's been out for a long time. One guy asked when we first put this in for sale, you know, do you think I could drive it to Cornwall? Well, I wouldn't have advised driving it to Cornwall, but I think it would get to Cornwall. But I don't know how quick you would get to Cornwall, innit? Probably 2 days, I would think. Like I say, I keep going back to the condition of the car, the interior, the dash and all that. This plastic, it's like a plastic vehicle, like that, soft plastic. It's in immaculate condition, and if this car had been in a sunny climate or even left outside in the sun, that would be all cracked. I mean, can you imagine trying to buy that? I mean, look at that ashtray, it's never ever had a cigarette in, you know. It's amazing, really. Back in the day, your uncle would have had one of these cars and he would have drove up with a pipe hanging out of his mouth, probably.
Can you use them wing mirrors?
Well, you can, but I can't see a thing out of them.
No.
Just looking out the mirror here. Back in the day, stuff was a bit of a nonsense, really. You know, and them wing mirrors probably were an extra on the car. You know, if it was a deluxe, it would have come with wing mirrors. A lot of cars only came with one mirror. Some came with none. Steering wheel, it's about, it must be what, 14 inches in diameter and about half an inch thick. You know, there's not a lot of protection there if you were in a crash. Like, nice little gearbox this. Yeah, big long stick on it, but it's not a bad gearbox. Nice and positive. Right up Potter's Bank. Potter's Bank being a really steep bank in Durham, where, if you've watched my videos, I take all of my cars. I actually know the guy where this came from, and he's got a huge collection down south, big collector, and he only collects the best. Whether it's tractors, cars, commercial vehicles, he only has the best of the best. And this was in his collection. If I was going to keep this car myself, I would have the tyres changed, because the tyres look to be the original tyres on the car, and it does wander a little bit on them tyres. I would definitely have them tyres changed. Period tyres, get a new set of tyres on it. But we don't want to change them, because obviously it knocks the authenticity off the car. Somebody who buys this car might just be the kind of guy who wants to stick it in the corner of his garage and look at it. He might never want to drive the car. A lot of people are like that. They think by driving them, the mileage goes up and the value goes down. Yeah, there is a bit of an argument for that. I'd rather be a driver, to be fair. But if I was going to drive it, I'd definitely put a set of tyres on this car.
Where did you get tyres for this?
Quite a few places, to be fair. There's a company called Longstone Tyres. They do tyres for pretty much anything. And there's also a tyre company in the Bewley Motor Museum. It's called Vintage Tyres. They're around the back of the Motor Museum, and we've had tyres for all sorts, from cars from 1904 all the way through to 60s and 70s cars, American trucks, really oddball sizes. They've always managed to get us tyres. So there's quite a few specialist tyre companies out there, but they will be expensive, but you will be able to get them.
All the gauges happy?
Yeah, all the gauges are happy. You've got a bit of decent oil pressure there, temperature gauges in the middle, trundling along at 40 miles an hour. Yeah, everything's good. There's a lot of glare out there today, but a lot of it's off the paintwork. Again, the bodywork on this car is absolutely stunning. Stunning. That's the only way I can describe it. If this had been a two-door version of the Cortina, and especially of the Lotus mark, you would have had to pay well in excess of 70, 80, maybe it's 100,000 in this condition. Because it's an estate car, you could argue it's less desirable than a two-door, but then again you could argue it's more collectible, because there can't be many of these left on the road. I've never had a check, but there can't be many. And if there is, like I keep saying, they cannot be in this condition. Right, we're coming to the end of the drive now, we're heading back home. It's been a successful drive, like I say. Car's pretty much as I thought it would be. One or two little bits of niggly things here and there. It's a bit cold. Probably could do with the plugs changing. Have a look at the points. Again, we always drain the fuel out of them, but it's the people who's had it before us did their drain the fuel out of them. Nothing major. Nice little test drive. Lovely car. Absolutely stunning, really. I still can't get the hang of them indicators. So that's the end of the test drive. If you like this car, or you'd like to know a little bit more about it, check us out on our website, Hardy Classics, or follow us on Instagram, Facebook. check our videos out on YouTube, or just give us a ring, a message, and we'll give you a bit more information. Bye bye now.